everyone, it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, hi, hello. It's been a minute since you've seen my face. I had to put on makeup. Let's backtrack that. I needed to film an intro for a video, so I decided to go ahead and put on makeup. I am loving this look. That video goes live in March, hence why I look very, very springy. Although it's just now finally starting to feel like fall and not summer in Dallas, Texas. So yay for little favors. It's been a while since you've seen me, and I'll tell you why. But first, if you're new here, new to my channel, hey, hi, hello. My name is Misty. I'm on a mission to lose 100 pounds. We ain't there yet. I officially started this all the way back in August. This 100-pound countdown challenge. We've been a little all over the place, but I'm still on that mission, and I'm feeling much better about what's happening, my brain, all those kinds of things. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. Let's see. I shared like a few days of what I ate in a day. I didn't film any last week, so this video is being filmed on the 14th. I'm gonna guess it's gonna go up tomorrow because I have another video that has to be filmed and edited today. So last week we actually had the bathroom painted and the wallpaper hung. You guys, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek because it's not completely finished. Rob is working on the medicine cabinet, and then he's got to hang the mirror back up, the other mirror back up. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. It may be the prettiest room in my house. There are a couple other things I want to do. So the wallpaper is just this really pretty kind of butterfly floral pattern. And the butterflies have this kind of like metallic pewter silver that is also mimicked in the mirrors. And what I thought about doing is either buying frames, just frames only, like decorative Baroque kind of style frames, paint them pewter and just hang them up kind of like in a, what is that called? A little grouping, but without anything in them. So it's kind of framing the wallpaper because I don't want to hang wall art that will compete with it. So I thought about doing that, and then I thought, ooh, what about embroidery hoops? So one of those may happen. I can't wait to share it with you guys. So probably the prettiest room in my house, followed closely by our dining room. So yeah. Anywho, that's why I wasn't filming last week. It was kind of odd. It was just him in the bathroom, and he ate at the table with Rob for lunch and stuff. And so it was funny because on the last day he was like, do you bake for your husband every day? And I was like, what? He's like, do you bake for your husband every day? And I was like, no. And he's like, it smells like you're baking every day. I was like, oh, that's the scent. That's the scent we're currently using. And yes, it smells like cookie. I mentioned that 100 times. I'm like, it smells like cookies in here. So yeah, anyway. But that's kind of all that's been happening. This week I had therapy on Monday, and I just kind of decompressed from the election. I don't want to get into politics. You guys, if you've been with me forever, you know which way I lean. I will say this. I am not for either political party. I am pro human rights. Women's rights, trans rights, gay rights, black rights. I am pro human rights. So I am pro whoever is not going to try to take away someone else's human rights. So I was not excited that Donald Trump won the presidency. I question it. But at the end of the day, we can only do what we can do and just have to move forward. We put up with it 4 years, for 4 years we can do it again. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Other than, if you're someone who's really struggling with this, because I know that people are, just remember that sometimes ignorance speaks louder than love, and you are loved and you matter. And there are places that you can call a hotline, reach out to someone that you know to be a safe person. There is help out there for you. You matter. Your space in this world matters, and you are loved no matter what society is telling you. So please just be safe. I've heard rumors that if you're, people are going to start wearing blue bracelets if they're a safe person. It's just, I don't know. And then the hypocrisy of Inauguration Day being on MLK Day. is interesting. But yeah, anyway, so that's all I have to say about that. It's not like I wasn't going to address it because it happened and you guys know how I feel and what I stand for. But at the end of the day, us arguing on the internet isn't going to solve anything, and there's no need to argue. You're not going to change my mind. I'm clearly not going to change your mind. So we will just go on about our merry way. But I know that these election results have caused harm to some people, and I just want you to know that you're loved, and there are people out there to help. Even when it feels like, despair or whatever, just reach out. So my therapist and I was like, can we talk about that? It's like, can I just, and she's Black. And I told her several times, like, look, I know that I'm coming at this from a place of like privilege, because I am someone who is a cis white female, and I can just turn off the TV and it's not really going to affect me. I said, but that doesn't mean that I can't be empathetic and incredibly sad and worried for my friends and loved ones whose rights may be taken away. So, and I don't have to worry about my productive rights because I'm not at childbearing age anymore. And, the only other thing I would do is have a hysterectomy. I'm over 45, so I don't think any of that would be an issue for me. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to fight for the rights of everybody else. And we talked about that too. I was like, sometimes it bothers me that I can't physically be at rallies or physically be someplace. And I said, and that's why I try to use my platform and try to create a safe place here, because even though there's only 7,000 of you here with me and only about 1,000 of you watch, all of my videos, you matter to me and you matter to someone else. So again, that's my spiel, but she and I talked about it, and I was just like, she's like, it makes sense, Misty. She's like, one of your biggest values is justice. And she said, and you really struggle with injustice. And it was, I don't know how it came into my brain, but Rob and I, where did we go the other day? Did we go somewhere? Oh, I had to go get blood drawn. And I was like in the car, and that popped into my brain. And then I started thinking about the football players I follow. I follow Baker Mayfield. Well, he's an OU alum, but I also follow him because of the way cheer for him because of the way the Browns treated him. I cheer for Jared Goff because he was basically cast aside by the Rams. And so it's like, it bleeds over into every other thing. Like injustice is really, really hard for me. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. As far as weight loss, I started the month at 342, I think. And when I weighed on Wednesday, I was 336. So I'm down 6 pounds at least. I didn't take a picture because I wasn't considering that an official weigh-in. I was just kind of curious. So it's funny because I posted that picture of me in the t-shirt. If you missed it, I'm selling kind of holiday themed t-shirts through my Etsy shop. You can check that out down below. But I posted a picture of me wearing one of the shirts, and I got a text from my brother. He's like, are you losing weight? And I was like, well, the number on the scale, it hasn't really moved since like January 2023. And he's like, you look like you've lost a lot of weight since the last time I've seen you. I don't know if it was the angle. I don't know if it was the shirt. I don't know. But I was like, the scale hasn't moved, but the inches probably have. And that's why I always tell you guys, you can't just go by the scale alone, because that doesn't show everything that's happened. And there can be up to a 10-pound difference between one day and the next. And I know people are like, that's not true, blah, 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 blah. Go do the research or step on the scale yourself. If you're retaining water, if you have any kind of inflammation, if you haven't taken a poop, like all of those things can cause fluctuation in the scale. And it breaks my heart to see people crying in videos because they've went up a pound or two and they're doing everything that they can to lose weight. And I think we have to change the conversation away from what the scale says and more to a holistic approach. What's your blood work doing? Are you losing inches? Those kinds of things. So that is one of the reasons why I always say that has never been the be all end all for me. It is one measurement though, and I just kind of keep track of it mostly when and I never know if they're going to ask for blood work when you go, like if you go get a shot, or not blood work, weight. So I always try to weigh the day of an appointment just in case they ask me, and I can be a little bit more accurate because that's how they like prescribe medicine and stuff like that. So anyway, yeah. So the blood work I had on Wednesday was, I guess, she said strep. I don't know. I got a tetanus shot and a pneumonia vaccine, so I'm not really sure what he's testing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, last year I had genetic testing and common variable immunodeficiency popped up. I've been seeing an immunologist. He told me last appointment that he's about 96% sure or 95% sure or 99% sure. I actually don't remember what he said. Sure that I have that, which means I have an immune system problem, which I could have told him that. So he wanted to repeat a pneumonia vaccine. This one's different than the one I had the last time. I had to do a tetanus shot. And then next Friday, I go and do a skin test for allergies. So he is testing antibodies to see if my body produced any antibodies for the pneumonia and for the, not tuberculosis, tetanus. I am producing COVID antibodies, which means that the COVID vaccines are working, which is good to know because I haven't had any side effects from any of them, knock on wood. So yeah, I hate saying so a million times. That was yesterday? Yeah, today's Thursday. So I am not going to worry about those results until I see him next Friday. I'm going to guess that we're going to have a conversation about either starting IVIG, or he said we could even consider subcutaneous. I am fine with either, whatever is easiest and whatever that doesn't involve me having to go somewhere. It would be really cool if I could just do them at my rheumatologist's office, but I don't think that's something that's viable. Maybe I'll be able to do them at home like I did before. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. What else? I've been eating really well. I have been sharing my food this week. I have tried to make it a mission to try 2 new recipes a week. Last week, what was it last week? The week before, I shared the pecan pie mousse. I've had that 3 more times. It's so good. I believe I have the recipe linked in the last meal video I showed. What else? I made those blueberry muffins. I did not like them. Rob ate like half of them. They were just so dense. Like dense. The flavor was okay. And that was the other thing. It was granular. Like it was like the sugar didn't dissolve. And I whipped that to the ends of the earth. Like I combined it as much as I could. So that was a bummer. What else have I tried? I tried a taco. I think they called it taco casserole. Your girl is a ding dong ding a ding because it was basically a taco flavored quiche and it was awful. It was awful. It was no, 10 out of 10, don't recommend. And it wasn't just awful because it was a quiche, but you put sour cream and something else in the eggs, and then you put Rotel and stuff in the taco meat, and that's really about it. And it just, no, I didn't pay attention, and I should have paid attention, and I just wasted eggs, and Rob wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot bowl, so yeah. But the one thing that I've been eating over and over and over again is like, I call this pepperoni cheese bread, or whatever you want to call it. So it's tortillas. I have been using the Olay Extreme Wellness tortillas. They are so good, and they are 4 net carbs per tortilla, and they're pretty good size. And then I've made garlic butter that I've been keeping in the refrigerator. So I'll put down some garlic butter on a tortilla, add some mozzarella cheese, add some pepperoni, and then repeat another tortilla with the garlic butter and the pepperoni and the cheese on top. And then you throw it in the air fryer at 350 for 9 to 10 minutes, and it turns out perfect, and it's so good. I made olive cheese bread one day. So that has been a really versatile and easy kind of recipe, and even Rob's likes it. So that's been something that we've been doing. I've got a couple chicken recipes saved. One of them is a chicken pot pie that's made with cheddar bay biscuits rather than regular biscuits. And then one that is like a roasted red pepper sauce. I thought about having that today, but the issue is that I took a shower because it was a shower day. I made a card, and now I've put on makeup, and it's like, and I've already been having issues with my neck. I have like a soft ball size knot. And I was just like, today I was thinking, I'm like, damn, if I'd had surgery at the end of August, I would be 10 weeks out and maybe close to being healed. But I just feel better that we're waiting. And again, I really want to get 100. That's the main reason why I'm trying to lose weight, is because I need to have surgery, and I don't want her to have to cut through 95 layers of fat to get to my neck and my spine. So yeah. What else do I have to tell you? Oh my gosh, I shared the coffee that I've been drinking. I've had it every single day. So I make a cold foam using the Fairlife 2% milk. Now I know there's conflicting information about Fairlife and how they treat their animals. I get it, I do. But, and it's also milk. May I say milk? Listen, it only, half a cup has like, what is it, 3 carbs, 4 carbs, 2 carbs, 1 carb? I don't remember. And you use less than a half a cup in the frother that I have. And then I add 1 pump of the Torani salted caramel syrup. And then in my cold brew, I have the Miss Mary's apple crisp syrup with some of the skinny syrup caramel sauce, like you would put on an ice cream sundae or whatever. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a salted caramel drink, and it's so good. And I haven't craved Starbucks in forever. Now, I did have Starbucks this week because I'd forgotten to brew cold brew, and I just picked up a cold brew with, I think I put sugar-free vanilla syrup, and I did get salted caramel cold foam, whatever. Why do I say caramel? I don't ever say caramel when I say caramels, but when I say salted caramel, I say salted caramel. Anyway, I don't know. So, but yeah, it's so good. But I did have to get cold brew this week. But yeah, I just brew it at home and keep it in the refrigerator. I mean, deviled eggs. Rob found me some pre-boiled eggs. I have tried everything that I know and everything that everybody has suggested to boil eggs. And for the few times that I want deviled eggs, I'm just going to use the ones that are already boiled and peeled. I've mentioned before that I don't like egg salad because of the texture. I prefer the texture of deviled eggs. Now, I will say, if I'm having a big salad, like if I go to Jason's or if I go anywhere with a salad bar, I'll almost always put a ton of egg on my salad. So I do like it that way. And now that I say that out loud, a salad sounds real good. Real good? Yeah, real good. So I've been on Ozempic now for 2 weeks, and I haven't really noticed the difference from the Wegovy. The only thing that I've noticed is that my sense of taste has changed a little bit again, but nothing to the point where I have aversions to food. Now, I will say we had steak the other day, and we've started getting a ribeye for me because that's the only cut of steak I will really eat. And Rob will eat whatever. So he gets a sirloin for him, and then I get a ribeye, and we have half one night and half the other night. And I pulled his sirloin out of the refrigerator after being in a container, and I didn't think I was going to make it. Mine was fine. He said it smelled fine. I don't know. It had a smell. And I was just like, I don't know if I can handle this. I literally did not know if I could handle it. I did, but I wasn't sure that was going to happen. So yeah, it was like, whoo, Lord, it was a journey. It was a journey. But so yeah, we've had the windows open, and that's been really nice. I've been dealing with a sinus headache, and just like regular aches and pains when the weather changes. Like, oh, I hate it so very much. I knew it was coming. I try to be prepared for it, but you just can't be, you just can't be. And I told Rob the other night, it's like I woke up at like 2:30 and felt like I needed a pain pill, and I didn't take one. And I said, and that was a mistake. I said, I'm going to have to stay on top of this. And then I called about patches, and they're out of them again. And I ordered some off Amazon. They're different than the ones I ordered before. The ones I ordered before are fantastic. If you're interested, I'll try to remember to link them down below, or just ask me. I don't have an Amazon store or anything like that. I'm not an affiliate with them. But I normally wear 3 3 lidocaine patches a day. Though lately it's been 2, one on my neck and one on my lower back. And the issue with ones that you get at like CVS, Walgreens, Walmart is they're plastic. And I'm allergic to adhesive. So I'm not someone who can put on a plastic patch and then go over it with adhesive to make it stick. So the ones that I use are, they're like felt backed and they stick so well. So I was on Amazon looking at those, and then one popped up and they had a $10 off coupon. I was like, okay, this is the time to try them. It's like a Band-Aid. It's like a thin Band-Aid. And Rob's like, do you feel it? Because normally the minute he puts one on, I'm like, oh gosh. He's like, did you feel it? I was like, no. And they didn't stick either. And they said they came individually wrapped. No, they didn't. They came 10, there was 40 in the box. They came 10 in a package. So you open the package, and if you don't use those 10 rather quickly, they're going to dry out. So that was a mess, hot mess express. So I got a refund and I bought the ones that I really like. They will be here tomorrow. But I would much rather have insurance pay for them than for us to have to pay for them out of pocket. But they help. We can afford them for the most part. So yeah, and that was the thing about last week is our pool also died. So we had the guy here painting and doing the wallpaper, and then our pool died at the same time. So it's like, we broke ass bitches around here. So if you want to buy a t-shirt, I would really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it if you would buy a t-shirt. I'm just kidding. I know this time of year is hard for people. We're getting close to the holidays. You guys are spending for Christmas. I get it. I do. My brother Bo sent me a picture the other day. I guess they got a Walmart toy catalog in the mail. And he said my nephew Boone went and found a marker, sat on the couch, and just started circling what he wanted for Christmas. And one of the things he wanted is what I actually bought him. And I think it's called a Toonie. It's like this little box, and it comes with characters, and you stick a character on the top, and the character tells you a story, and it sings songs. And I think that's just so fantastic. So I bought him one. He's really kind of morphed from like Cocomelon and like Paw Patrol, and now he's really into Spider-Man and stuff. So I got him the little Spider-Man set. So hopefully he enjoys it. Yeah, I got him that, and I got him some of those Crayola magic coloring things and a couple other things. So yeah, I told Rob we're putting up our tree next week. So next week I go to Durant to see a new neurologist, and then next Friday I have my appointment with my immunologist, and Wednesday I have a Spravato appointment. And so I was like, we are putting up the Christmas tree, because he's on vacation next week because I had so many appointments. I was like, we are putting up the Christmas tree. I don't care what happens. And I have 2. So we have the big one that goes up in the living room, and then I have the candy theme one that goes in our dining room, and then I need to paint my nutcrackers. There's a list. There's a list. So yeah, that's it. That's a lot of jibby jabber. I think my battery is probably getting close to dying. So yeah, so I hope you're doing well. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. We are going to family for Thanksgiving, but as you guys know, I don't eat if we're not going to be at home because of all of the issues. So I don't know what I'm going to do about food, if I'm going to try to stay low carb, etc. for Thanksgiving. We'll just have to wait and see. So let me know how you're doing in the comments. Say hi. I love your faces. I'll see you soon.